Let's get straight into it. The quiet, quiet bang. This is the granddaddy, the one everyone pictures. The game goes silent, or maybe just quiet enough to make you lean forward. Your character is walking slowly through a hallway. Nothing is happening. Your brain starts to relax for 1 single second, and then something explodes through the wall with a sound effect cranked to maximum volume. The classic Resident Evil dogs through the window is the blueprint. Every horror game since has paid rent on that moment. The quiet, quiet bang works because it hacks your startle reflex directly. No setup, no subtlety, just volume and motion aimed straight at your lizard brain. It's simple, it's effective, and we will never stop falling for it. The false scare. A cat. It was just a cat, or a bird, or a falling pipe, or the wind. The false scare is when the game builds tension, throws a loud noise and sudden movement at you, and the culprit is something completely harmless. You feel relief for half a second before the real monster shows up. Or sometimes nothing happens at all and you're left standing there with your heart pounding, feeling personally insulted. Silent Hill used this beautifully with radio static and environmental noises that made you jump even when no enemy existed. The false scare conditions you to distrust safety. After 3 false alarms, you stop reacting. And that's exactly when the real one gets you. The mirror scare. You open a bathroom cabinet, you close it, and now something is standing behind you in the reflection. The mirror scare turns a mundane action into pure dread. You're just checking your inventory or grabbing a key item, and the game punishes your curiosity with a face full of nightmare. The original Resident Evil 2 had a famous locker room mirror scare. Dead Space 2 traumatized an entire generation with a needle in the eye scene that wasn't exactly a mirror but followed the same rule. You look at something ordinary, and the game replaces it with horror while you're watching. Mirrors are supposed to show you reality. In horror games, reality is worse. The corpse jump. You've seen the body on the floor. You've walked past it 3 times already. You've looted it. And then on the 4th pass, it stands up. The corpse jump exploits your greed and your pattern recognition. Horror games love to litter the environment with bodies, and you learn to ignore them because most are just scenery. But the game knows you've stopped checking, so it waits. Resident Evil's Crimson Heads are the ultimate evolution of this. You leave a zombie for dead, it comes back faster and scarier. Dead Space also mastered the art of playing possum. The safest thing in the room becomes the biggest threat. You will never trust a corpse again. The environmental surprise. The room itself attacks you, a window shatters, a bookshelf falls, the floor collapses. The environmental surprise doesn't even require an enemy. The game just decides it's time to break something right next to your ear. Clock Tower on the Super Famicom was doing this before most gamers knew what survival horror was. Pipes burst, birds flew out of clocks, and you were constantly on edge because the environment itself felt hostile. Modern games use it more sparingly, but when a ceiling caves in during a quiet exploration segment, it still works. The world is not on your side. The walls are lying to you. The chase initiation. You're standing in a room. It's quiet. Maybe you're reading a note. Maybe you're solving a puzzle. Then you hear it. Footsteps. Fast, heavy, and getting closer. Something is sprinting towards you. And then it bursts through the door and you have exactly half a second to react before you're running for your life. The chase initiation is a jump scare that doesn't end in one moment. It's the starting gun of a full survival sequence. The xenomorph in Alien Isolation perfected this. You hear it in the vents, your motion tracker beeps, and suddenly it's dropping down and you're fleeing through corridors, not knowing if you'll find a locker in time. The initial scare is just the beginning. The subtle background scare. Sometimes the most effective jump scare is the one you almost miss. You walk through a room and in the corner of your eye something moved. You turn back. Nothing there. You tell yourself it was a shadow, but your hands are already sweating. The game planted a figure in the background that vanishes when you look directly at it. Silent Hill's early town had shadowy figures that flickered in the fog. PT, the playable teaser for the canceled Silent Hills, built its entire reputation on this. Lisa appearing at the end of the hallway without any loud noise, just standing there. That slow realization creeps up your spine, and the fear hits later than any loud bang ever could. You didn't scream. You just stopped breathing for a few seconds. That's a different kind of jump, the fake-out relief scare. The game gives you a moment of safety, a safe room with gentle music, an elevator that slowly takes you away from the nightmare, a cutscene that seems to signal the end of an encounter. You exhale, you relax, and then the game rips that safety away. Maybe a previously locked door suddenly opens onto a monster. Maybe the elevator stops between floors and the lights die. Maybe everything was a dream, but the dream just followed you awake. Resident Evil's early save rooms trained us to trust the soothing piano. So, when a game like Dead Space makes the save station itself dangerous, or Alien Isolation has the alien follow you into a vent you thought was safe, the betrayal hurts. Safe isn't safe anymore. The Inescapable scripted jump scare. This one you cannot avoid. It's a cutscene, a set piece, a moment the developers designed to happen no matter how careful you are. You didn't miss a QuickTime event. You didn't walk into the wrong room. The game just decided it's time to scare you personally. The Dead Space 2 needle sequence terrified millions of people who all did exactly the same thing and all screamed anyway. The iconic opening of Resident Evil 7 where Mia crawls up the stairs after you is a scripted sequence that still delivers. These scares work because they trade player agency for pure spectacle. You're along for the ride, and the ride is a nightmare. So yes, jump scares are sometimes cheap, but when they're done well, they're a tool. They release tension so the game can build it again. They teach you to fear the quiet moments, and honestly, they give us stories. Tell me in the comments which type catches you the most, or share a moment from a horror game that made you embarrass yourself in front of friends. I'll go first. The dog hallway in Resident Evil 1 got me so bad I paused the game and sat in silence for 3 minutes. If this breakdown helped you understand the craft behind the scares, subscribe for more deep dives. Now go play something terrifying with the lights off, and remember, it's just a cat. Probably.